I'm going to insist that you answer that question. How hard would I have to pray to make you gay?
I don't believe it's about how hard anyone has to pray for anything.
Well, all right. How often would I have to pray? How likely is it that I could pray you gay?
From my honest point of view, my honest belief, I don't believe it's possible.
So how can you pray someone straight? Walter is in Warrington. Walter, what would you like to say?
Oh, hey James, good to speak to you today.
Likewise.
So I'm as you probably spoke with your research, I'm a pastor of a church in Warrington. So we've all heard the stories of the gay conversion therapy of...
Damien hadn't, but I take your point.
Yes, I think most people, I presume it anyway, normally. But you hear the stories of electric shock therapy, even I read stories of even fathers attacking their daughters who came out as gay. And you hear all these sorts of stories. And obviously, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's right. I think that sort of thing is just abhorrent and just completely wrong, as most, I suppose, you say most people. But if a consenting adult, I know that's the term that's been used, I know the conversation is more towards, originally the question was about the legal side of things.
Yes.
If a consenting adult came to me as a pastor and explained that he or she had same-sex desires or feelings, whatever word or way you want to say it or whatever.
Yes.
And I can't see that how me praying for them to help them overcome that, or again, however you want to word that, is the same as doing the other sort of things that was mentioned.
Okay.
Then sort of out, like you say, your question.
Well, you're beginning on the premise that homosexuality is akin to an illness, which is part of
No, definitely not akin to an illness.
How hard would I have to pray to make you gay?
Before Walter said much of anything, the interviewer has already set a trap, and it's a good one. He asks the pastor if he can pray someone gay, and watches him explain, with total sincerity, why that's obviously impossible, and then he asks how prayer is supposed to work in the other direction. There's something very British about insisting on an answer you already know isn't coming. What's actually at stake here isn't Walter as a person, it's a distinction he's trying to hold on to. The difference between forcing someone into treatment and simply being asked to pray with them. Reasonable enough on its own. Whether it survives the next few minutes is another matter. Watch how the questioning builds, because it isn't theology yet. It's foundation laying. Establish a contradiction early, bank it, and come back for it later when there's nowhere left to run. And keep half an eye on what happens when the conversation turns to laundry, of all things. It shouldn't matter. It's about to matter quite a lot.
No, I understand
I'm going to insist that you answer that question. How hard would I have to pray to make you gay?
I don't believe it's about how hard anyone has to pray for anything.
Well, all right. How often would I have to pray? How likely is it that I could pray you gay?
From my honest point of view, my honest belief, I don't believe it's possible.
So how can you pray someone straight?
Because this is how I'll answer that. So this is how I would view it again from my point of view. Just
so you know, if I'm not satisfied with your answer, I will just ask you that same question again when you finish talking. Just so you know. All right. So the question is, how can you pray someone gay if you can't pray someone straight?
So I believe that just as I would pray for somebody who is in a not same-sex desire, but in you call a straight relationship. So somebody that has those desires towards that same person of the opposite sex, that we would pray together if they came to me and said that they're having these feelings and they don't want them because they want to save themselves to a marriage or etc.
Yeah.
It's the same as saying, for me, it's the same as saying that about somebody that says they're gay. So it's not that being gay is worse or being gay is the worst thing that anybody could do or the worst act that anybody could do.
No, because they'd still be gay.
Yeah, of course they'd still be gay.
So you're just going to try and get them to not have a sex life? No,
definitely not. I wouldn't try and get them not to have a sex
then?
life.
So what are you praying? What are you praying for then with the gay person?
Yes, if they have come to me, so it's not something for a start. It's not something I would go to them and say, "You're wrong. I need to pray about this. Let me pray for you."
Yeah.
If they've come to me,
but neither are you going to say when they come to you, say, "Well, don't be silly. There's nothing to pray for. Just go. I hope you find someone to love." You're not. You're going to say, "I'm going to help you fight your natural feelings."
No, I wouldn't say that. No, definitely not. I'm honest.
That's
what
you'd be doing. That's what you'd be doing.
I'm an honest person on that one, and I wouldn't say to them, do as you wish. If they've come to me and they've asked me,
so in other words, if they've been inculcated into homophobic thinking, or they're victims of a culture that preaches against homosexuality, and they come to you because they don't want to be homosexual, or they don't want to do homosexual acts or have homosexual feelings, you're like, you're basically the drug dealer, aren't you?
And like I said, when I started originally, it's not about so much just about.
Yeah, but I'm going to do that thing I told you I was going to do. If you can't pray yourself, if I can't pray you gay, how can you pray someone else straight?
No, it's not about me praying. It's about they've come and asked. So if they want that,
but then you as a good citizen, never mind as a man of God, you should be telling them that they've got nothing to be ashamed of, and that their feelings are natural and beautiful and God's will.
But again, obviously, it depends on the stance on the scriptures, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
On the scriptures.
Are we going to do this? You want to go there?
I want to.
Do you want to go? Okay, what did Jesus say about sexuality?
Jesus didn't, but if you believe all scripture is God breathed.
No, I want to know what Jesus said.
Just as much.
I want to know what Jesus said.
Get it all straight. He never said any.
Didn't say a word about it, did he?
He actually did say one thing.
No, he didn't.
He did, if I can say it. If you let me.
Well, yeah, go on.
He said, "This is why a man must leave his house, his family, and be united to his wife, and that's the way that God created them."
No, he
that's
didn't.
What Jesus said.
No,
he did. He was talking about marriage in the book of Matthew.
Yeah, all right. So what did he say about sexuality?
I was just saying that a man and a woman.
What did he say about homosexuality?
Homosexuality? No, he never said a word about homosexuality.
Not a sausage. So when someone comes to you and tells you that they're gay, tell them they've got nothing to be ashamed of, and it's God's will, and that if there was anything wrong with it, God wouldn't have made us like this.
But like I say, if they've come to you and said that they want you to pray about that...
No. You've created a culture in which they don't want to be gay. You preach that there's something wrong with it, and then you think you get a free pass on being a good guy when they come to you and ask for help in resisting their natural urges.
Yeah, because if you believe in the entirety of the Bible,
the entire Bible... Oh, okay. You believe in the entirety of the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you wearing? What are you wearing at the moment?
A woolen jumper and a pair of jeans.
What are the jeans made of?
Probably cotton, I think.
So you're wearing wool and cotton at the same time, which Leviticus calls an abomination.
But that's cultural law, that's ceremonial law, cultural law.
Oh, okay, right. Where do you stand on shellfish?
Again, it's cultural law.
Oh, I see. So those laws are not. You don't abide by the full content of the scriptures when you're doing it, but when it's stuff you don't want to do, then it's really important.
No, because that's not what I'm saying at all.
It totally is.
No, it's not, because different things apply in different ways.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Prophet's wisdom, knowledge, sort of thing. Everything applies in different ways.
Do you even believe this, or do you just need to pay the bills?
No, I don't get paid for being a pastor.
Good grief! So you do this for fun or power?
No,
power, standing in the community, right?
Sort of things you have
that's what you get out of it. It's vanity.
But my original point wasn't about any of that anyway.
Your original point was that if someone comes to you and asks for help in not being gay, you're going to pray with them and punt the lie that something might come good at the end of it. And the idea that you can pray...
It was about the law.
Walter, mate,
it was about the law.
You're a disgrace.
And the law can't...
You're a disgrace.
Prayer, certain prayers wrong and certain prayers right.
You know it as well. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear the desperation in your voice.
If it calls certain prayers wrong and certain prayers right, when does it stop?
Do you know what I'm going to do, Walter? I'm going to pray for you, but my God, I'm going to pray for the people you corrupt as well.
What makes this exchange land isn't the theology. It's the gap between what Walter says he believes and what he's actually willing to defend once it's tested. And honestly, every retreat, from cultural law to it's not about me, shows how little was ever holding that original distinction up. This isn't happening in a vacuum either. The UK spent close to a decade promising legislation on conversion practices, and only recently did that promise become an actual bill, built around exactly the line this exchange keeps circling, where pastoral care ends and harm begins, and who gets to decide that? What lingers isn't the shellfish. Satisfying as it is, it's the accusation that never really gets answered. That telling someone their nature is shameful and then offering to pray the shame away was never neutral to begin with. Whatever you make of Walter's answers, the questions aren't going anywhere. Parliament's still drawing that line,